Hey everyone, it's Christine here. Welcome to my channel and welcome to this week's weekly energy reading for the week of May 16th through the 22nd. As of this time, we still have the full moon and the lunar eclipse in Scorpio about to happen. It still hasn't happened where I am at. It's Sunday, May 15th, at the time of this filming. So I'm still very much feeling the energies. It's heavy, but there's a semblance of peace, at least on my end, but I know it's impacting different signs in different ways. So be sure to check out your natal chart at 25 degrees and 18 minutes of Scorpio to see where this lunar eclipse is going to affect you in terms of houses, because that'll give you an idea of some changes that may be coming up or some things that are coming up in terms of blockages, patterns, belief systems that you may need to release. So again, the full moon and lunar eclipse, I talked a little bit about it last week in a few of my videos, the weekly energy reading, and also some things to know about the lunar eclipse. And this is just, you're probably feeling it on all levels, mind, body, soul, just a major release happening everywhere. I have had to ground myself, not just because of Mercury Retrograde and my mental landscape going out the door, but the energies have been unbelievably tumultuous and exhausting. And so this lunar eclipse is just bringing a lot. It's almost like when you are on the beach and you're excavating, literally as a kid, you're playing with sand and you're digging, and then you see water at the end and it's just like, oh my gosh. And you start finding things. Sometimes if you dig deep enough, you start finding shells, life forms, little crustaceans and things like that. That's the type of energy I'm getting with this eclipse. A lot of things are just coming to light, whether they're repressed memories, whether they're things that you're now realizing about other people, relationships, things about yourself, things about your life, where you're at, where you're going. A lot of stuff is coming up and it's just like boom, boom, boom. I just got like clouds of like dust, almost like those color runs. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but that kind of energy of things just essentially materializing before your eyes and then eclipsing. And so for many of you, I'm getting the energy because I myself am in this as well, hibernating, hermiting, withdrawing, really focused on your own energy bubble this week and even right now. And I think post eclipse, I'm sensing a lot of almost like clearing away of the dust when it settles. Self-care is paramount right now because of not just things that are happening in the spiritual realm, but also the earthly realm and things that are changing, many things that are happening within you and around you. This particular event, because it's still happening, it's still in process as we speak. It formed a square to Saturn, and that's something I just wanted to touch upon briefly. Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn, and there's a lot of negative connotation around this, but Saturn is all about taking responsibility, not just for ourselves, but for our lives, and to stop dimming our lights, to stop giving away our power, to stop circumventing things that are coming to light, that things we need to take care of now. And you know, the retrogrades that we've had with Pluto and Mercury right now, as well as this eclipse that's in process of happening, it's bringing to light and shedding so much, a lot. Sometimes it's overwhelming. Saturn, it's not forming a particularly soft, pleasant, harmonious aspect here, but it is going to be wrapping up karmic contracts, a lot of things dealing with responsibility and what you can do to make those changes. And these are things a lot of people, I sense fear, because that means taking action in new areas of your lives in different ways that you've done before. So that can mean completely different job. Maybe you need to move or change your circumstances around where you live, or you need to leave a relationship because you're like, this is not vibing with me anymore. You know, it doesn't even have to be bad. Whatever the situation is, it's energy of taking action. And so whatever you don't take action, Saturn will come in, and that energy is going to change things in a way where you actually have to take responsibility, or else the universe does step in, like little tower moments. So on Friday the 20th, we also have the sun entering into Gemini. So we're shifting from the season of Taurus to Gemini. And of course we have Mercury retrograde going on today, I was going to say, but right now until the 2nd of June. And it will also be shifting into the sign of Taurus on the 22nd at 9:15 Eastern Daylight Time, New York City time, for a point of reference. And so there's a lot of shifts in energy, but at the same time with Mercury, we know, Gemini is ruled by Mercury, and it focuses a lot on communication, on really being social, getting together with others, lending and paying attention to our curiosity, where we want to go, what we want to do. A lot of new things cropping up in some of your areas of life pertaining to your interests, your pleasures, your pastimes. So again, we still have Mercury in retrograde, so this will affect the start of the season because of the focus on these similar aspects. So let's dive in right now to the weekly reading. I'm just noting timestamps. Okay, we're going to get started with some oracle. I have been burning this amazing incense, Nag Champa. I had it, it's right here. I hadn't purchased this in so long, and it's just bringing back so many memories, and it's been particularly helpful for me as an air sign to ground myself in this way, and also hiking. Let me know down below, how have you guys been working through these energies? Because the start of this week is, for many, starting with the eclipse energy happening. So again, I feel like I'm just getting a lot of retreating, almost like I hate to use this word, apocalypse, but people are going inward, kind of hunkering down. We're going to pull from the ancestors and angels and see what guidance, what messages, what we need to know for this week. Rest. Just hearing rest. Stick to yourself, to your own being. Be careful of what you say to others, especially with Mercury in retrograde and we're entering the season of Gemini. Be careful of saying something you don't want to say, or saying too much. Okay. Protection Guardian, drop your shields. We also got Traveler, move in a new direction. This always, I mean, I get I get Gemini energy, but I usually get Sagittarius energy because of, higher learning and expansion, and just, for me, travel can occur within and also physically, right? Literal geographic travel, or moving, or learning, but that could be also travel within your mind. You're expanding your beliefs, what you want to know, your knowledge. But I'm also getting to with Gemini, because Geminis are naturally curious. They tend to love to talk about so many different things. Many of them are very good at small talk, I'll say, more so than the other air signs. And I know a lot of Geminis love traveling and expanding. So I always feel like there's that similarity with Sagittarius. There's like an insatiable need to just learn from different places, different environment, different things. Absorb this energy, absorb this knowledge. So this week I feel like many of you are literally traveling, but it's not just physically. I feel like it's within also your mental landscape. You are traveling back in time. Perhaps with these retrograde air energies, you're traveling back in time. A lot of you are remembering things. You're dealing with things that are coming up. I'm getting like repressed memories, healing, traumas, wounds, things that are coming up for acknowledgement and release. You're remembering things, and it's almost like a way to close that chapter of your life. I also feel like, again, with Jupiter, we have Jupiter in Aries right now. Even though the momentum with Mercury retrograde is a little bit stunted and wanting to move forward in a pretty fast way, we have to be a little bit more judicious in that respect. But I feel like many of you are making plans, because you see, this person's just kind of pondering right now. I'm not getting a flight right now energy, like let's move in haste. But I feel like many of you are planning your next steps in your journeys. So with this Traveler card, I'm getting your life, the travel of your life, your journey. Many of you are literally reviewing things from the past to date, where you are taking an inventory of sorts. because you see them with their suitcase. I always say what I like to refer to like our life suitcases is everything that we have experienced, good or bad, negative, positive, in that suitcase that we carry. That's metaphorically speaking. But some of you may have trunks, literal trunks that you're going through, or suitcases or boxes where you keep mementos, things from the past, things that you are decluttering. And I'm feeling many of you, because you see her, you can't really see it, but the hand is on the, this looks like a bag of sorts. It's like they're ready. They know. Many of you are getting ready to start a new path, start a new journey. You're being guided. With the protection guardian, drop your shield. Wow, I get third eye peacock energy here. Some of you may have peacocks as your spirit animal, but I immediately am getting like an intuitive follow your nudge when it comes to your own journey. Don't look outside yourself. Some of you, this is going to be the first time in this week where you are actually listening to yourself for the first time in a long time. It could be because of the eclipse energies, changing the dynamics and the way you relate to yourself. And again, this will also impact in which house this eclipse falls in. But it's time. There's like soft whispers. I'm getting soft whispers and nudgings of your inner voice. You're being strengthened at this time. I also feel like some of you are literally, metaphorically, I'm getting dropping your shields, but it's in a way of, I heard like self-protection, but many of you are things that you shielded before from yourself. It's now, there's a dissolution of that, like a breaking away. And so a lot of these are like beliefs, things that you told yourself about certain dynamics, certain situations, what you could do. You're chipping away at that. That's being chipped away with this energy, because it takes courage to move in a new direction. I'm getting a whole new semblance of like newness. We're gonna grab some moonology cards to see what other messages the universe has. There's just a certainty here. This is definitely, I feel like, in the form of your stability. Some of you are reimagining what that stability looks like, what that foundation looks like for yourself. It could be mental, physical, spiritual. Okay, let's see what messages we have from the moonology manifestation. Oh. We will pull tarot too. Last quarter moon in Aries, work through your feelings. Some of you may have Aries in your chart. This is so on point with all of these energies going on. Work through your feelings. Perhaps it's in relation to this, dropping your shields. Like there's no more. Those protective barriers, like they're coming down whether you want them to or not. And so it's really time to feel those things, to process everything, because where you're going toward next, it's going to be completely new. It's going to require that you travel lighter. I don't see a lot of luggage here, but literally, metaphysically, I don't know why I said metaphysically, I meant metaphorically, but metaphysically too, lighter. Many of you are shedding belief systems and patterns, ancestral patterns, intergenerational patterns, things that have been carried from long time ago, because I'm also getting a genealogical reference here. Some of you may be going or are feeling very tied to your homelands, native lands, ancestral lands. Some of you are going back for training to connect just with the earth, where your family may have come from. So working through these feelings, it's really important, because people think just because it's not physical, it's not tangible, that it's not a big deal, but they follow you everywhere you go. So if you don't work on literally taking account and being responsible for your own inner work, your own healing, it's going to follow you no matter where you go in the world. I know some people that try to run away and they think traveling is going to make it disappear. It's very ephemeral, that effect. We can go to another country or move, and perhaps for the short term, you know, the newness helps kind of capture that feeling of, oh, this is gonna be great, I love it, but that really withers away quickly when we get into the routine of things and things start popping up in our lives that remind us, well, you still need to heal this. So be sure that you really tap in and feel those emotions and get them out of your body. Don't keep them in, because they just store and collect and stay there, and it does more harm and manifests into things you don't want to. Shit, a lot of Aries energy. Holy crap, there's major fire elements here. We have another Aries card. Full moon in Aries, cool your emotions. I'm getting many of you, and it's funny because this has been a resounding emotion in some other YouTube content creators that I follow, especially astrologers. People have been expressing a lot of anger. I haven't felt that my way, but I'm tapping into that here now. Some of you may have, with these eclipse energies and just with a lot of things that are shifting, are experiencing massive anger because of finally being able to express yourself, speak your truth, finally acknowledge, this is what I really want in my life, and the way I'm living is not, it's not it. And that's going to resonate, that's going to differ for everyone in terms of the situation, right? This could mean leaving a relationship, moving, starting a new job, shifting, but I'm getting some semblance of truth within yourself and being able to finally acknowledge and express it. There's a lot of anger here. This is bringing up a lot of resentment, a lot of past hurts, pains, a lot of things many of you have not resolved. Whose ever energy I'm tapping into. And it's not bad, it's good. When you feel this, it's good. Bring it up and allow it to release. I love fire, some type of fire release, burning ritual or candle work. I know there's a lot of dividing views on rituals and eclipses. I still do fire releasing rituals and candle work for me. I follow my own intuition, so I really encourage you to follow your own intuition, your own guidance on what you feel is best during these energies, during these events and phases, and particularly this eclipse and full moon. But sometimes getting everything out on paper, reading it with emotion, and then burning it safely, of course. I use a pot. And visualizing it disintegrating and letting it blow into the wind. It's immensely cathartic. And then just crying it out. And then taking a beautiful bath. That's something I do. Finally, we have full moon in Leo. So there's a lot of Aries and Leo here. Go wild. I feel like, you know when they say get your anger out by punching a pillow? This is the image I'm getting with all of this energy right now. This is all about your emotions, and drop your shields. I think this week, if it hasn't happened already, it may have for some of you. It may be in the process of unfolding, and this may be coming up. Get this shit out of your system. Literally, like, go karate with your mind. Let everything out. There's a lot of stuff that has to purge, has to come out, has to be integrated with loving kindness for yourself. Like, get it out. A lot of this has to do with childhood trauma and wounds from your past bubbling up that has affected different areas of your life. Wow. So much fire energy here. I'm gonna pull tarot before I continue on with the other cards. Okay, we're gonna pull the Light Seers deck. I have it right here. Thank you, Katie. I saw one of, I'll post her channel because she inspired me. She had this deck, and I guess it's pretty common, but I absolutely love the colors. I generally go for calming colors, but this one was just beautiful. Very different. So we're gonna pull a few cards to not clarify. There's nothing for me to clarify. We're gonna add what else we need to know. Yeah, a lot of emotions. I always say feel them, and something that really, really helps if you're not able to really get emotions out is to find music that helps conjure up those feelings. Something sad. That's what I have to do. And it's helped me to connect. Okay, let's see. What else do we need to know? we just got 3 cards. We got 4 of Swords. Oh yeah. Swords are air energy. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. We got Knight of Wands. That's more fire energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Then we got King of Cups. That's water. Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. So yeah, I mean, we see a heart here, but with the 4 of Swords, I feel like a general retreating. Kind of what I mentioned in the beginning. I feel like many of you have retracted, almost like retracted into your own bubble, into your own protection, because many of you are going through the semblance of working through feelings. There's just a lot of emotions around this lunar eclipse in Scorpio for good reason. It's a water sign. It's very intense, very emotional, very deep. A lot of truths are coming out, and so for many of you, you are literally hermiting, introspecting, reflecting deeply. I feel just a lot of solitude right now, or just staying within, close to your loved ones, like in your own sanctuary, taking care of yourself, like a little chick, like a little nest, you know, the little chicks, like birdies. And there's a little heart here. So many of you are really, I'm just getting a lot of things you're contemplating. There's a semblance of release. It's interesting because we see the cords here. I feel like a lot of cords are being cut, a lot of contracts, perhaps karmic, are being completed. But it's almost like, you know, when you cry so much, after a while, sometimes you fall asleep and you rest. That's just the energy I'm getting here. It's a lot of energetic, spiritual work that we do, and we heal and we release. It's not always something that's seen in action. Okay, with the Knight of Swords, I feel like this is the energy I'm tapping into that may not be happening all simultaneously, right? I feel like this is the state right now. And this is going to vary for some. It could have already be happening, or will be happening, but there's a feeling of just going inwards in regards to the emotions that you're releasing. But look at this catharsis. And remember, I just mentioned doing like a fire ceremony. This is what I'm talking about. You see that stallion? They're like, we're ready to go. And also with music and drumming. Some of you may be shamans, may practice shamanic principles, philosophies, ways of life, but drumming, beating, incorporating the elements, earth. Because look, we see that here too with water. This looks like a singing bowl of sorts. Yeah, and I get a lot of just intuitive connection, but I'm here, I'm sensing this is the release. This is what's happening. This is the transmutation of a lot of the shit that's coming up, realizations that you are processing at the moment. It's almost like a celebration of sorts, but you may not entertain that situation, whatever you're going through, as a celebration. And you may not be smiling while this is happening either. But this is the actions, everything. Wow, there's just so much fire energy. I'm like, slow down. There's just a semblance of just getting through this as fast as possible, but be sure to feel your feelings and be sure to celebrate that, because once it's released and transmuted, it's done. It's like out, and you want that to come out of your body. I feel like for many of you, it's going to bring that release where you're going to feel it. You're going to feel a marked release, and it's going to bring you to this state. It's almost circular, kind of. It's causing you almost to go within and deal with these emotions and releasing them, celebrating this in whatever way, in form. This could, to me, I'm getting a depiction of just release, like gone, release. And again, not so much retreating, but physically, but retreating within yourself, because many of you are very much connected to your crown chakra right now. You may be working on that third eye, but you are receiving guidance, and you will be receiving guidance throughout these energies, and especially after. I know for some of us, there's like a veil, like a covering for some of our intuition, that you've been experiencing problems because some of us may rely too much on our guides, on external things, and not just listen to what we need to do. It almost seems contrary. I'm just getting a very cathartic energy after all of this. We're gonna pull a Sacred Traveler Oracle. Crap, this is a little bit longer. As I did that, everything from the my incense, you know, all the ashes just went flying everywhere. Good luck. Okay. What other guidance? Okay, that popped out really fast. Rainbow blessings. Blessings are showering your life. I have been getting images and scenes in my mind all day long about rainbows. And I don't wear my rainbow quartz, aura quartz every day, but I'm like, you know, before I did this reading, I said, I'm gonna have to put this on. And so, yeah, rainbows to me, they signify the bridge between the spiritual and the physical world. And just a lot of miracles, blessings coming your way. And it's really hard to see when you're letting go of things. I'm getting so many things people are letting go of right now. So it's going to look differently because I see hands. I see people letting go of other people, relationships. And these could be current relationships. These could be energies, people that are not in your life, but you've hung on to, whether you were chasing them. And it could be any dynamic, romantic, work, friendship. I'm feeling like a releasing, and it's not giving up. It's just an acknowledgement. Like, you're not giving your energy away anymore to people that do not serve you. The same thing with the environments that you're in. I feel like a retreating, almost like when a conflict ends, like a retreating, a withdrawal, and of cleaning up the environment. And so that could be really being aware of who you give your time to, your energy to, where you put it, and with whom you surround yourself. So that could be at work, in your personal life, professional, whatever it is, or wherever it is that you put your time. But I feel like through all of this, look at this, we get like some rainbows here. Even though there's not rainbows, look at all the colors. This new path, everything that's unfolding, everything that's happening right now, it's giving way for you to start this new, beautiful journey. And it can be scary, because I see for some of you, there is no destination in mind. Some of you have literally no effing idea. I'm hearing, like, I have no idea what's gonna happen next, but you're being guided by your internal compass, by spirit, and you're like one foot in front of the other. Because look at this. Some of you just see the bigger picture, and that's really the momentum sometimes that we're meant to go forward with. Okay, I'm gonna pull a spirit animal and then a self-care to wrap this up. I don't want to make this too long, even though it went over. Okay. What? Oh crap, a bunch came out. Okay, we got two. Oh shit. Okay, I'm gonna take them all. I heard take them. We got a bunch of animals, so I'm not going to read them, but I will hold them up. Grizzly bear power. And some of these may resonate with you as your spirit animal. Moose, wisdom. This connects to your ancestors. I'm getting Alaska, tundra, wilderness. Some of you may live up in the north or up where there's a lot of animals like these. Also, I mean, they exist everywhere. I mean, the Midwest, northern plains. We got unicorn, infinite possibilities. I always get unicorn energy with rainbows. Elk, nobility. A lot of horned creatures. They're always guiding your way. Some of you may have really overcome a lot of shit. There's a lot of mountains. We get Lynx, keeper of secrets. In silence and solitude, you will find your strength. You see others' secrets and keep them sacred. I get Scorpio energy right away. Some of you cats in general, felines may be of significance to you. Frog, prosperity. Let go of the past and embrace change. Opportunities are close at hand. Hop into this new day with joy, abundance, and good fortune await you. It's confirmation. Some of you may resonate with the frog, but I also I heard dart frog. Dart? Aren't those poisonous little frogs in the Amazon? Some of you may have your eye on something, like you know where you're going. Okay, we're gonna pull a final self-care oracle. I already know. I feel like many of you are in this energy. You're really retracting the Four of Swords energy. You're really retracting. Oh shit. I was reading this, if I was not mistaken. I'll have to go back and check. I was reading this Four of Swords, Four of Cups energy. But it still holds the same because I get intuitive guidance and messages about these. But I feel like, yeah, many of you have retreated, and this is your self-care right now is really taking time for you. What self-care can the universe offer to all of us this week? What self-care can the universe offer to all of us this week? What is it with all these cards? There's a lot of uncertainty, perhaps, because we got 4. Okay. Spend time with friends, 49. Some of you, perhaps with this speaking to Gemini season, may want to get together with some friends, like-minded soul groups, or you're calling them in. 50, sweet treat, baking. Total Taurus energy here, centralizing our taste buds. Sometimes, but I'm getting with this eclipse energy, a lot of you have withdrawn. Like I'm getting low appetite, but at the other end of the spectrum, I'm getting increased appetite. So some of you are at this time nourishing yourself, and this is a beautiful energy to take care of yourself. It's funny, I just cleaned some strawberries right now too. We got rest, 7. I love it when the universe does this. Rest. This is the total energy I'm feeling. Yep. Have you all been sleeping like 8-10 hour days? Because I have. We got read, 42. I feel like many of you may be, it could be reading in a spiritual sense, literally opening your downloads, for lack of a better word, receiving messages, listening to your intuition, or physically reading a book, gaining information for the next chapter where you are traveling to in life. I hope this reading helped you all this week. I am wishing you just a lot of serenity, a lot of inner knowing. Follow your own guidance. Listen to yourself more than anything, more than anyone, because the answers are in there. Have patience with yourself as much as you can. Practice kindness with yourself. And I hope you are able to really just take care of yourself and hold space this week. Have a wonderful week. Please like, share, subscribe. Hit the thumbs up button, and I will see you soon. Take care.